We're firing up my brand new Kamado Joe JR and making a tri-tip. Folks, we're going to be breaking in my brand new Joe JR today, and we're going to be doing something that we've made before, but we're going to be cooking it on said Joe JR. We're making tri-tip, and we're going to be using some blends that I haven't used before, but it's really popular online. You've seen it a lot. This is Hardcore Carnivore Black, and we're also going to be hitting it with a little bit of hot sauce. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and follow along so you don't miss out on any cooks, and hit the bell icon so you know when we drop any new video. So like I said, got this at a butcher here in Atlanta. Really, I already trimmed it up some, just took off the big pieces, but you can see the fat going through there. It's looking real nice. I'm going to cook it this side up, so I'm going to start down here. And like I said, I'm going to be cooking with the binder is going to be this Tabasco Chipotle, one of my favorites. This is what they have at Chipotle, at actual restaurants, and I fell in love with it. So I'm a big fan of using hot sauces binders, and so we're going to go with this one today. Give it a nice little smoky flavor. Just get it all in there, looking good. And then the star of the show, in addition to the tri-tip, is Hardcore Carnivore, Jess Pryles. She has a good line of a lot of great different rubs and everything, and this is one of the newer ones, and it's black because it actually has charcoal in it. And so activated charcoal, I'm not exactly sure, what the point, if there's any flavor, if it's more for color. If you know the answer, drop it down in the description or drop it down in the comments. But really good flavor. It's got salt, pepper, garlic, other spices, but man, it's just real pretty. It looks burnt, but it'll be interesting to see kind of how it turns out. Good grief, man, that's looking different. We'll see how it looks once it comes off. Let's hit the backside. It's kind of like medium grain. It's not overly powdery, but not super coarse. Cool. Hit the sides a little bit. Sides over here. I guess that's it. Let's put it on. So like I said, we're cooking on the Joe JR today. Really excited. I've cooked on it a couple times already. I'm going to be doing a full review here soon, but major shout out to the Atlanta Grill Company. It's a truly world-renowned grill store, and I'm just fortunate enough to live within driving distance of the place, but these have actually been really hard to come by lately, and they had a shipment, and so I ran on up there and picked it up. So, definitely give them a look. Look online, got an amazing website. Every single sauce and rub that you can imagine, you can get at the Grill Company. So, like I said, really excited to be cooking on it. One of the things that I've noticed in the few times that I have cooked on it is that you can really dial that temperature up and down pretty quickly. It's kind of like a Ferrari, just goes. And so I'm going to dial this down just a little bit on the top here. It's got the different top as opposed to the regular Joe here. So I'm still learning that, but like I said, it's really forgiving. We're going to be aiming for 250 degrees right now. I'm at 260, so I'm happy with that. And this tri-tip is going to go on. And the last time I cooked a tri-tip, I said it was going to take an hour at 250, and it ended up taking like 45 minutes. And this is a smaller tri-tip, so I'm thinking maybe 30 minutes, and then we're going to come back and check it. It's starting to get a little bit darker here earlier, so hopefully we don't run out of light. But for right now, let's put this tri-tip on and get the thing closed down. All right, let's take a look here. Tri-tip going down. So that'll give you a feel for like how big this thing is. I could probably put 3 of those on there, or a bigger tri-tip, but it's more space than you really expect. You could do 4 burgers on here super easy, but man, I've been real pleased with it so far. And it's never gonna look this clean ever again. So, gonna shut down, 250 degrees here, check back, 20-30 minutes or so. Folks, we're at the 30-minute mark, and like I said before, we are just like dialed in right at 250 degrees. Yeah, this thing is really nice in terms of controlling your temperature. But it's been 30 minutes. Let's take a look at the temp and see how we're doing. So, it's looking good. 129? What? 135. We're pulling this thing off. It's been 30 minutes. All right. Shut down. I gotta go get some stuff. I gotta go get my cutting board. I gotta go get my tongs, but we'll be right back. 30-minute mark. You kidding me? Like I said, 30 minutes, and this thing's already ready to come on off. Gonna get that off. Woo! Smells great. Really unique color. Folks, I didn't even tell you what we're doing here today. So this is stage 1 here. So this is the rest stage. What I'm going to do right now is I just opened up the bottom vent the entire way, and I'm going to pull out the heat deflectors because we're going to be reverse searing this thing. So right now, while this sits, we're going to let this fire come on up to like a really hot, hot and fast fire, and we're going to sear this off on all edges for like, maybe a minute or so, get a nice crust on it. Okay, opened it up on the bottom and the top. Just let this thing, let the dome be open for about 5 minutes or so. We got a really nice fire. Come in here, take a look here. This is what we're gonna be cooking this tri-tip over for about a minute or so, maybe a minute aside. Really nice fire. Like I said, the tri-tip's been resting for about 5 minutes or so. All right, let's get it done. I'm not even gonna shut it because one, I want to keep eyes on it, and it's just not going to take that much time. This is the hot and fast part. If you go on the YouTube page, you'll see I got a hot and fast section and a low and slow, and this one was in the last tri-tip I didn't really know what to do, like because it's kind of low and slow, but it's also hot and fast, so I think I put it on the low and slow, but I'll throw a little title card up at the very top, and you can take a look at that once you're done with this one. Move around a little bit. The fire is towards the back end here. That's why I'm kind of positioning it that way. Feeling good? Cool. About a minute on that side. Let's flip it over. Look at that. Yeah, nice crust. Little bubbly action there. That's gonna be good. Get some nice contact down. But let me just say, is there anything prettier than new grill grates? I mean, they're not new after this, but like, it's just picturesque. Awesome. 1 minute aside, 2 minutes total. We're gonna pull this off. Looking good, beautiful. This is looking really beautiful, and it smells good. Like, my first thought was that this was a barbecue rub, and when I got it, it's really not. Like I said, sea salt, garlic, sugar, black pepper, chili powder, onion, activated charcoal. It is not a what you would say is a traditional barbecue type rub, but it smells really, really fantastic. Obviously gave it an incredible color, so I'm excited to cut into this. As with tri-tip, we've talked about this before. This is a smaller tri-tip, so it's a little bit harder to see, but it's almost 2 different sections here. So you got the grain running this way, and then you have the grain running this way. And we want to cut against the grain. So what I usually do is I kind of come in here and do like a cut like this. And then I'm going to cut this section like this, and then I'm going to cut this section like that, if that makes sense. So to start, let's cut right in the middle and then separate these 2 pieces. Oh, beautiful, nice and juicy. You can see it all just mopping up here. You can do that. Look at that. Let's get this other piece out of the way, and we're going to go against the grain. Look at that, just seeping out. I love tri-tip. It's not something we see a lot down here in the South. I've done work for a long time out west and in California, and that's where I learned to love this. And whenever I find it here, I pick it up. So, dip in that juice. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Big on pepper, which I love with beef. Good amount of salt. The garlic, a little bit of that chili, touch of that smokiness from our friends at Tabasco. It's not just the regular Tabasco, they make a bunch of good stuff. Ooh, man, that's a winner. Beautiful stuff. I love tri-tip. Like I said, if you can find it, buy it, pick it up. Like I said, got a towel card. I'll put a link in the description to the other tri-tip video I did, because I made a killer chimichurri with that as well, which goes amazing with tri-tip. But I can't tell you how much I recommend this. Really good coloring with that Hardcore Carnivore. Definitely take a look. Jess Prowls, she does a lot of really good stuff. So You're not going to go wrong. Super juicy, great fat content. And that Joe Jr. just did work. Like I said before, 250 degrees here for literally like 30 minutes, and then searing it hot and fast. This thing, I was able to dial it down. It was borderline like a pellet smoker. I was able to dial it down exactly where I wanted it to be, and it just performed like a champ. So I'm going to get this inside. I'm going to finish the rest of this. And until next time, always a blast cooking with you all. If you have any recommendations or questions or tips or tricks, drop them in the comments. And as always, subscribe and make sure that you hit that bell notification so you know whenever we pump out a new episode. And follow me on Instagram at @TheKamadoMax. Until next week, we'll see you then.